Welcome to Squat Talks. I noticed someone mentioning overhead squats and developing the upper body mobility to do overhead squats. And they were talking about doing animal walks and crawls to develop that. I don't know if that's necessarily the best way to develop it, so here's just some of my opinions. I'm doing this without a script and I'm doing it cold, and I haven't done overhead squats in a very long time. So take it for whatever you think it's worth. Hopefully you'll find a couple things that you think are helpful. Okay, so first, if I was trying to get back into doing my overhead squats, the first thing I probably do are some dislocates with a dowel. So take a wider grip with that, and then you're just gonna do a dislocate here, okay? And I'll go back and forth on this dislocate until it starts to feel fairly comfortable. Now, if I had to take a wider grip, I will. As I start to get more mobile, I'll probably move my grip inward, but I'll start here pretty wide. And you can use a band for this as well. And this is probably most people's kind of go-to when it comes to developing that scapular and shoulder girdle mobility for an overhead squat. Dislocates. So I'd start with that. That would be one of my first things that I would do. Another thing would be to do some kind of doorway stretch. So a doorway stretch would be anchoring your forearm against the inside of a door or a power rack support like this, and then turning away from that. You want to make sure that you're maintaining a decent posture as you do this, and you want to be feeling it in through the chest, pec, shoulder area, and also you want to notice that your scapula are retracting. I don't know if that's the correct PT term, but you want to bring your scapula together as you're doing that. Also, downward dog is a good one to help you develop that flexibility. If you can do a downward dog, again, we're going to start here, and you're going to raise your hips up. You're going to try to straighten your legs, and at the same time, you're going to try and move your head between your arms, okay, like so. You should be feeling this in through the hips, hamstrings, and then in through all the way through the lats. As far as a lat stretch, a more focused lat stretch goes, with a mantle or on a bar, an anchored bar here, we're stretching in through here. You can also do this on the ground. That's a good stretch. And if I use both hands on the bar, I can lean into one and lean into the other. And I can do this with various grips and widths of grips as well. Okay. Lastly, when you're setting up for your overhead squat and you're practicing that, it's not a bad idea to start in the hole. Okay, so I don't see a lot of people doing this, but if you just take the bar where you're normally going to hold it, and then you squat down into that position and try to get under the bar, the more comfortable you can be in this position, the more likely you're going to be able to actually get into that position when you're doing an overhead squat. Okay? All right, so let's give it a shot. I haven't done an overhead squat in a very long time. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but let's give it a go. Okay, not great, but it's a start.